Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Whenever you read polls, opinion polls, make sure you put them in another context. So when you, let's say, read the polls of how, I don't know, approval rating of Vladimir Putin, and they say, well, it dropped 3%, the approval rating, that's awful. Okay, but remember, he is like 90 and now he's like, what, 87. It's awful, he dropped, it decreases, the public doesn't like him. Okay, now you take that and put it in the context of, let's say, United States of America. And let's say the President of the United States of America would have 87% approval rating. What would that be called? Smashing success. Overwhelming support of the American people. They would even ignore the 3%. That drop is not going to be a drop in polls. His perfect poll is just rounded up to 87. They will find euphemisms. So put it always in context, and you see how things that, let's say, United States, if a candidate wins with, let's say, or a party wins, let's say, with 53%, 53% wins. That's called a landslide. In other countries, if you win with 75%, that's a majority. Okay? It's not a landslide. If the person who won or the party who won is disliked by the United States, then definitely that's a majority. Or, most or something. It's not a landslide. It's not a smash. And I'm talking about 53 versus 80 or 75. So pay attention. Always put it in the context to see how weasel the mass media is. In this case, is an article about Putin's approval rating, okay? And this is the title. Starts from Ukrainska Pravda from the 29th of September 2022. Listen to this. Poll shows Russians' trust in Putin has declined since mobilization announcement. Now, the way is the title, you think that is in bad shape. When I was reading out, maybe like 40%, approval rating. I mean, he was at 93 or something, 91. Someone said, that's how I interpret it. And I'm not an idiot. I don't fall for these idiots. But I was thinking, well, maybe like 40%. And that's concerning for Putin, right? And then I'm reading. There has been a noticeable, remember, this, if you put this in Biden's, is just a little bit, a tiny dent, okay? A little dent. No, it's noticeable. Decline in President Vladimir Putin's approval rating among Russians following his announcement of mobilization. Results of poll by the Russian think tank Levada Center. Quote, the percentage of people who thought that the country, Russia, was moving in the right direction fell at the end of September in comparison with August, 65% through this in August, now is 60. So it was 67 in August and now dropped to 60. That the country goes, remember, that's a weasel because you're going to find out later. It says 27% of respondents believed that the country was moving in the wrong direction. 27%. So it's one quarter said the country is moving in the wrong direction. Did you see Biden's poll about moving in the wrong direction? Even with the Democrats, which are half, more or less. He's got about, what, 70% or something moving in the wrong direction, if I remember correctly. And that was not a big deal, but here's a big deal. Because it's 27% now, and it was 24 in August. So that's what? 3% difference in a month. Oh my God, 3%. So instead of being 24%, now it's 27%. Wow. Put it in the context of the United States of America, and this would not make news. Or at least, Putin has declined. All right, let's move on. It's more than that. Positive evaluation of Vladimir Putin's performance as president have fallen I was thinking, whoa, my God, to be concerned again would fall to about 40%. It has fallen by 6%. Okay, but if it's let's say 48, 6%, we're gonna go 42. Oh, okay. But let's see from where it fell 6%. 83% of respondents approved of his work during the last 3 months. In September, that figure was 77 in September. So it fell from 83 to 77. Remember, put this in the context of Biden. Biden's approval rating in the past 3 months was 83%. You will never hear that, and you will never see that in Biden. And it fell to 77. What? That's perfect. That's fantastic, especially in the polling system. The poll was conducted on 22 to 28 September 2022 and surveyed 1,631 people aged over 18 in 137 settlements in 50 constituent entities of the Russian Federation. The research was carried out at respondents' home through personal interviews. Good? As I said, put this in Biden's terms and give him 83%. Oh, he fell to 77. Psst. I'm rocking. That's how Biden would be. I know what I mean? So this is how people make news. But by the title of this article, you would think that Putin is ready to be kicked out of town. Poll shows Russian trust in Putin has declined since mobilization announced. And I was like, wow, my God, it's truly declined. What? 6%? From 83 to 77. Beat me. My God. All right. This is a clear example. I don't know what else to tell you, my friends. We live in this kind of world where things like this create things like this right here. When I hear people like this and I'm looking through them and I know their tactics and I know what they do, and I'm thinking, you are below 86 IQ and you form everybody else's opinion? You influence our children, our youth opinion? You are in charge of that? Well, I can do that too, and much better. And besides, I'm not a weasel who pulls the other way. Because I can pull the other way and use the same tactics on the opposite direction. But that would make me like them. And I'm not like them, and I can't do that. I mean, I can, but I feel like throwing up if I do it. It is what it is. Thank you very much for being with me again today. That's why you have me, among others. Stay strong, stay smart, you have me. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere unless they... Alright? Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.